Duchess Meghan teases a new project, King Charles makes history, and more, the royal buzz you can't miss. Welcome back, royal watchers, to Crown Chronicles, your ultimate home for all things royal, regal, and riveting. If you live for the drama, glamour, and intrigue behind the palace walls, then make sure you hit subscribe, tap that notification bell, and stay tuned, because today's royal roundup has the entire world talking. From Duchess Meghan teasing a mysterious new project, to King Charles making royal history with an unexpected move, and a few surprising developments involving the younger royals, this is one episode you absolutely don't want to miss. So, let's begin with the woman who never fails to command headlines, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. It seems Meghan is once again preparing to make waves beyond the palace gates. After months of relative silence, she's back in the spotlight, and this time, it's not about controversy, but creativity. In a recent public appearance, Meghan dropped subtle hints about a new project in the works, sparking a frenzy among fans and critics alike. Now, Meghan has always had a knack for storytelling, from her early days as an actress on Suits, to her powerful voice as a humanitarian and podcast host. But this latest tease feels different. Observers say her tone carried confidence and excitement, almost as if she's on the verge of a major personal comeback. Sources close to her suggest this new venture could involve a lifestyle brand, possibly tied to wellness, fashion, or female empowerment, something in the spirit of her former lifestyle blog, The Tig, but elevated to a global scale. One insider told People magazine that Meghan feels ready to step back into her own light again, on her own terms. That line, "Royal fans," says it all. After years of navigating public scrutiny and royal separation, Meghan may finally be reclaiming her narrative. And knowing her meticulous attention to detail, whatever this project is, it's likely to make headlines across both Hollywood and the royal world. But of course, no Meghan story exists in isolation. Her timing couldn't be more intriguing, because while the Duchess of Sussex is plotting her next move, her father-in-law, King Charles III, is quietly making royal history of his own. Just this week, the king made headlines after becoming the first British monarch to officially participate in a climate summit hosted by the United Nations, a move that not only underscores his lifelong environmental activism but also positions the monarchy firmly within global leadership conversations. For decades, Charles was criticized for his outspoken views on sustainability, long before it became fashionable. He talked about climate change when few others dared, often dismissed as a prince with too many opinions. But now, as king, his once controversial beliefs have become his greatest strength. At the summit, His Majesty delivered a powerful speech emphasizing the urgency of protecting the planet for future generations, and notably, he did so without overstepping political lines, maintaining that delicate royal balance between influence and neutrality. "We must act not as separate nations, but as stewards of a shared earth," he declared, a statement that drew applause and admiration from world leaders. For King Charles, this wasn't just another royal engagement, it was a defining moment. He's not only carrying on his late mother's diplomatic legacy but also carving his own distinct path as a modern monarch. And it's paying off. Recent polls show growing approval for Charles, particularly among younger Britons who view him as an authentic, purpose-driven leader. His passion for environmental and social issues gives him a moral authority that feels both timely and timeless. But while Charles is winning admiration on the world stage, royal insiders say he's also been carefully strengthening his family ties behind the scenes, even with those who've been, let's say, a little distant. According to multiple sources, the king has quietly reached out to Prince Harry, expressing hope for more open communication. While no official reconciliation has been confirmed, there are whispers that a soft thaw may be happening, particularly as the king's upcoming milestone year approaches. Next spring marks the first anniversary of his coronation, and it's said that Charles wants as many members of the family united as possible for the celebrations. Still, don't expect an overnight reunion. Meghan's potential new project may further complicate the family dynamic, especially if it reintroduces the Sussexes as powerful global figures separate from the monarchy. But then again, this is what makes the royal story so compelling, the constant dance between tradition and independence, between crown and individuality. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Atlantic, Prince William and Princess Catherine continue to hold down the fort as the monarchy's modern faces. Catherine recently made a return to public duties following her private family break. And her appearance was nothing short of radiant. Dressed in a tailored navy ensemble, she spent the day visiting schools and children's centers, championing her early childhood initiative. Her warmth, her genuine engagement, and that ever-present grace reminded everyone why she remains one of the monarchy's most beloved figures. Insiders say that behind the scenes, the Princess of Wales is working tirelessly on expanding the global reach of her early years campaign. Her goal? To make it a long-term legacy project, one that cements her place not just as a royal, but as a changemaker. And according to reports, she's even considering a collaborative effort with international charities that align with her mission. But it's not just the working royals keeping the monarchy in the headlines. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, yes, the York sisters again, have been quietly but steadily making moves of their own. The pair recently attended a private charity event in London, where they were praised for their humility and approachability. Unlike some royals who prefer the limelight, Beatrice and Eugenie are masters of quiet influence. They show up, they contribute, and they leave without fanfare. Their subtle grace is winning admiration from even the harshest royal critics. What's fascinating is how, even as the monarchy evolves, each royal seems to be finding their own unique path. King Charles is redefining leadership. Prince William and Catherine are perfecting modern service. Beatrice and Eugenie represent a new kind of understated royalty. And then, across the ocean, Meghan and Harry are carving out their own space, sometimes controversial, but undeniably influential. It's this diversity within the royal narrative that keeps the world endlessly fascinated. Every member of the family seems to represent a different facet of what it means to be royal in the 21st century, whether it's duty, reinvention, or resilience. Now, as for Meghan's teased project, the speculation continues to grow. Could it be a return to podcasting? A new media platform? A documentary? Or perhaps a relaunch of the TIG, a brand that once celebrated empowerment, fashion, and mindfulness, long before she became a duchess? Whatever it is, experts predict it will reflect Meghan's signature blend of activism and elegance. She's always known how to craft a narrative, and this time, it seems she's doing it on her own terms. Of course, the British tabloids are already buzzing. Some predict her comeback will reignite tensions with the palace, others believe it could mark the start of a new era of coexistence, where the Sussexes and the monarchy finally learn to complement rather than compete. One royal observer put it perfectly: the world has changed. The royal family must evolve, and perhaps Meghan's next move will force them to. And that, royal fans, is what makes this moment so intriguing. We're witnessing a monarchy at a crossroads, one that must balance its deep-rooted traditions with the reality of modern life. King Charles is proving that change can come with grace. Catherine and William are showing that relevance can coexist with tradition. And Meghan Markle? Well, she's reminding the world that once you've worn a crown, even metaphorically, you never really take it off. So as we wrap up today's royal roundup, one thing is certain: the Windsors are far from fading into history. From Buckingham Palace to California, the royal story continues to evolve, unpredictable, emotional, and endlessly fascinating. Thank you for joining us on Crown Chronicles, where every crown tells a story, and every story reveals a truth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest royal developments, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more exclusive insights, royal news, and the secrets behind those palace walls. Until next time, stay regal. Stay curious. And remember, there's always more to the crown than meets the eye. Crown, would you like me to create a high engagement